Man, the sun just came up, and shit, I'm supposed to drive. But anyway, I'm almost home. Man. So don't worry, I don't drive on the highway when I'm recording this. Today I want to share something that is really personal to me. That I rarely actually I don't even talk about it, and I didn't really emphasize this on the book, but I want to touch base on because it's something that really impacted me, who made me who I am today. Um, there's two women in my life that changed my life, that really impacted me and made me the man I am today. And the first woman, obviously, like most men, is my mother. But in a way where my mom grew up in a time where women rights, were not what it is today. In Burundi, mostly, she grew up in Burundi, where, being a strong woman was not something that was well viewed, especially for African women. And I come from a family of strong women. I mean, we have generation and generation. And as you get older, you want to know more about your family. You do a little more research. You talk to the grandmothers and all. And I came from a family of strong women. And you don't value how important that is until you get older. Because when you're a strong woman, in a time where the rights for lands are not on your favor, the way society view you is your job should be find a husband, raise kids, cooking, and all those things. And my mom was not that. My mom was a visionary. My mom was a thinker. She always thought about the future. She always planning. I think my planning comes from her. Always anticipate what's the next move before even the issue might occur. It's like playing chess. And that's how my mom was. And of course, my relationship with my mom was rocky when I was young. Because again, when you're a teenager, a boy especially, and mothers being strict and all, that doesn't add up. But everything my mom used to tell me actually happened. Because I used to think, I used to be unfocused. I used to be, really, I used to think I knew everything. I used to think that, whatever, parents don't know nothing and we know everything and we the ones struggling, typical teenager shit, man. I'm sure I'm not the only one if I am, but my mom used to talk to me and tell me, you know what, if you keep doing this thing, nothing good's gonna happen. And she was right. Kept getting in trouble, kicked out of school, this and that, and it was man, there's a bee somewhere anyway. And that's what was amazing. Mom started a business at an early age. When we talk now, she used to lend money to people, flip the money. She used to buy land at a low cost, getting into agricultural, rental, hustling. In a time where women were just accepting the norm. She was against the norm. You didn't see that, and you have to appreciate. Me and my sister went to college to the state mostly because of her. Because she was able to afford that. And she hustled to make that happen. Again, in a time where women rights, and women opportunity were just not there. The way women were viewed. And I think men, sometimes we think being a strong woman mean that the man has to be weak. No, I don't see that. I think, the strength of someone, how to be strong in a certain area, can compensate where you're strong in other areas, and you just got to find your match. The problem is two people cannot run or drive the same car. That I agree. So there has to be a balance, but there shouldn't be this issue of, because you strong, I have to be weak, or because I'm strong, you have to be weak. No. Again, communication. I'm not going to get into relationship stuff, but my mom is what made me who I am today at about 70%, I would say. When I do things now, when all the mistakes I've done, I look back now and I tell them, man, Mom, you were right. Because as an individual, man or woman, you need, at some point in your life, you need to recognize you're wrong, and recognize who gave you the right information. Because that's the first step, and she was right all the way. But the reason of this topic, at least in this particular case, is if my mom was able to achieve what she achieved, in a time where the institution, the society was not conform and accepting that, who are we? Who are we to say we failing? Who are we to give up? Who are we to have excuses? And that's what my standard is. Every time I'm down, every time I complain and bitch and all this thing, all I gotta do is think about her journey, her struggle, which was 100 times higher than mine, 1,000 times. What I'm going through is nothing. We live in a world where now we have internet, we have this, we have communication. You can go travel, you can meet. If this guy says no, you can find. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's much easier than 30, 40 years ago. I'll tell you that much. Maybe cost of living was low, but man, would I trade my time now and try to walk her shoes in her time? I don't think so. So who are we to bitch and complain about how hard shit is? And who are we to say I'm quitting because it's too hard? If you think it's hard, talk to your family, man. Talk to your parents. Talk to your mothers. Ask them how hard it was in their time when access to education was much harder, in some extents. You couldn't build anything without real connection. You couldn't go on LinkedIn and try to connect with someone. You had to know somebody. You had to. There was no other option. So who are we to have those excuses? I know I don't. And if I try to do it, all I got to reflect. The second woman who impacted my life is the birthday. That changed me. It brought focus. More than anything, brought focus, which I needed the most. Extreme focus. Now I had no time to do dumb shit anymore. I really had to sit down and, okay, now I got a mouth to feed. I got a baby now I got to feed. I need to get my shit together. And focus, man. Focus is important. It's extremely, extremely important. If you don't have focus, man, it's like shooting with no target. You're shooting in the air, not knowing where you're going. So driving without a map, not knowing where you're trying to go. Not planning, no nothing. That's what focus fix. So those two women, man, they're really the pillar of who I am today. And to close this discussion, the fact of the matter is, I want to thank to all the mothers. I think it's ironic today it's Mother's Day or tomorrow, but it's ironic that actually I'm thinking about it because of that. But to close this conversation, kids are raised by women. Dads have a role. I'm not trying to underplay my role as a parent. No, we have a great role also. But I think you can tell a lot from kids because of their mothers, how they raise, because they spend much more time with the kids than we do. I mean, let's be honest. We bitch and complain when they're born because they're screaming, crying, that we don't want to get up. And I have no shame to admit it, because that's the truth. I do my role. I try to engage, and we play engagement later on. But still, the mothers are key to the next generation. And if we don't take care of them, then we're killing the generation. We're killing the next generation. It's that simple, man. So happy Mother's Day to all women out there, and especially mothers. And shout out to you, Mom. I'll send you the link. Maybe you'll give me a little gift for that. I love you, man. Peace.